name is Michael Washington, and I'm a CASA volunteer. And I say that with a lot of pride. And I want to welcome one and all to CASA's third annual Raise Your Voice singing competition. Tonight is really about our young adults and the talent that they bring. The event supports CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate for Children. As a CASA representative, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us tonight and being a part of this event, which not only supports our program, but provides a stepping stone in the careers of these talented young people. The CASA program of the Capital Region is one that is involved with our children who are in the foster programs, whose families may have been disrupted through adversity and they've been separated from their parents. As a volunteer, what we do is we take care of the children. We support the children. We stand in their corner. We give them a voice. We visit them if they are in foster homes. We visit them if they're with extended family while they're away from their parents. And it's an honor to do this, to make a difference in the lives of children. There's a lot of confusion that's involved when children are separated from their parents. And working with the CASA program and the family court, our goal is to reunite these families. That's always the ultimate goal. The CASA program has provided me with a lot of good insight into my own fortunate life. And it's helped me to count my blessings. CASA volunteers go through a rigorous training program, learning about the different cultural aspects of what we do. We also attend monthly in-service meetings to stay updated on the new laws that come about throughout the state. I'd like to say this. First, I want to thank my fellow volunteers for being on board tonight and all through the year when we do our work. Second, I would like to acknowledge the event committee and all who have helped make this evening possible. Our event committee leader, who has tirelessly worked to make this happen, this moment happen, even down to what I'm saying right now. I'm following the script, Rhonda. I'd like to acknowledge Rhonda Vaughn at this time. She told me not to do this, but you put me in the spotlight. You're coming out here with me. Thank you so much, Rhonda, for what you've done to make this happen. She hasn't always been the most popular person in the room when she's lighting a fire under us to get things done. But that comes with the territory when you're a leader. And she's done very well with this, as you can see. I just want to say a few words, acknowledge a couple of people who make CASA happen. One is new, and I don't know if she's here. Is Nancy Larrabee here? Hi, Nancy. I just met Nancy last week. She's our new Associate Executive Director, New York State CASA, and I'd like to welcome her to our family. Now, although she could not be here tonight due to a prior commitment, we want to extend a heartfelt thank you to our CASA New York State Chairperson, Barbara Benedict, whose unlimited energy and commitment is unmatched. Next, my man, Art Siegel. Full of energy. Art's in the room tonight, I saw him already. So, no, Art, please stand. President of the Board of Directors for CASA New York State. And for a man who's so busy, Art seems to always find time to show up and support CASA of the Capital Region efforts. Please give him another warm welcome. Lastly, and I know I speak for all of our volunteers and staff, I'd like to acknowledge our true leader, one who is on the front lines with us as we reach out and attempt to bring some sort of stability to the lives of children. Cheryl Valley is an amazing person. I'm here today due in large part to her support, loyalty, and encouragement. And I have to say this, along with her sidekick, Regina Swinney, our Albany CASA coordinator. Time won't allow me to tell you how important she is to me, but she's the reason why I'm standing here tonight. Thank you, Cheryl, for everything that you do and for what you represent. So that's the self-promotion part of the night. We really do appreciate everything that we are involved with. As volunteers, we appreciate our leadership, and it's really an honor to be a part of such a worthy program. So we are thrilled also tonight, though, to be joined by 3 judges, all of whom have made their mark in our local music industry. And it's my great pleasure to introduce them to you now. Colleen Pratt has been sharing her vocals to jazz and swing classics around the region for years. Her expertise in the industry makes her a valuable member of our judges' table. Please welcome Colleen Pratt. Joe Canavo, did I say it right? He's the leader of the Accents Band and brings 40 years of experience in the entertainment business to judging tonight's event. Welcome, Joe. Todd Anhurst has over 25 years of performing experience with bands such as Cage Monkey, Chicamo, Burners UK, and the Refrigerators. I've heard them. He currently plays around the Capital Region now with the band, the duo, Dos Amigos. All right, so tonight is really about the children, as I said earlier. And to get things started, I'd like to introduce a person who has been kind enough to be our guest master of ceremonies. This year, we're thrilled to welcome Grammy-nominated producer, writer, Lonnie Park as our master of ceremonies. Lonnie is a multi-award-winning and Grammy-nominated music producer and artist from Freeville, New York. Recent recordings include a Billboard #1 album and other top 10 ranking releases. As an artist, he performs around the world with various Grammy-winning artists and as a solo artist. In addition to producing, he is a multi-instrumentalist and vocalist. Currently, he performs alongside artists like Charlie Daniels, Patti LaBelle, James Durbin, and world artists like Grammy-winning Ricky Cage and Wouter Kellerman. Is that how you say that? He produces music of all many genres, from country, world, American roots, atmospheric, rock, metal, gospel, symphonic. His work includes TV show themes, movie scores and soundtracks, anthems, and international jingles for everyone from Toyota to GE. There's a quick story that I'd like to share about Lonnie, and it fits with the CASA's purpose, theme, and existence. Lonnie has been giving children a voice throughout his career. 20 years ago, when his childhood friend and CASA volunteer, Suzanne Wixom, came to him with the idea of making a Christmas CD of her children as a gift for their grandparents, he readily agreed to let her kids into his recording studio. He remained calm as her children ripped through his studio and attempted to push every button they could touch. I know the child that they're talking about too. He's special. Today, as a 21-year-old, the Christmas CD was a huge success, and it gave birth to another idea Suzanne brought to Lonnie, this time involving children of the community in which they lived. Suzanne had been working with a group of children from one of the roughest trailer parks in the Ithaca area, and she decided to run a vacation Bible school summer program for those children from her church. Lonnie welcomed 40 children into his studio to record a CD of Bible songs that they had been learning. The CD became one of the most prized possessions these children had. Soon after the recording was made, tragedy struck the trailer park and a young child was killed due to abuse. This tragedy threw so many of these children's lives into chaos. but it was not uncommon to see the children clutching their CD they made with Lonnie. Years later, many of these children said that listening to that CD from that day in Lonnie's studio gave them strength. It took them to a time where they felt safe and loved. We are thankful that Lonnie has once again answered the call and agreed to help us with this amazing event. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Lonnie Park.
Thank you very much. Wow, that was quite the introduction. I forgot I did most of that stuff. And thank you, Michael. You know, honestly, I make music. My job is something I'm passionate about, and it brings a smile to my face. People like Michael and all the volunteers and all the things you people do, that's real work. You guys are changing people's lives every day, and you guys are the real rock stars. So thank you all for all you do. Now backstage, there's a bunch of nervous young adults and kids ready to wow you, and they're some of the most talented people from your area, and I'm excited to hear them. I jumped at the opportunity to do this, just given what you guys do. It seemed like the least that I could do. The title of tonight's show is Raise Your Voice, Sing for CASA Kids. And that's why we're here. We're singing for the CASA kids. Not only refers to the performances we'll be seeing tonight, but also represents the core message of CASA. This group is dedicated to the individuals, and it's committed to raising their voices on behalf of abused and neglected children in your capital region that are in the family's court system. Tonight we not only celebrate the kids that are here to perform, but again, also all you volunteers and all you people in the organization that are making a real difference. Now, I believe that concludes me speaking and us starting to get to some music. Are you guys ready to hear some of these kids sing today? I most certainly am. Now the theme, of course, here is not only them singing, but it's raise your voice. If you leave here tonight with nothing else, make sure that when you go through those doors, that you continue to raise your voice for this cause. Spread the word. Before I heard of CASA, which was not that long ago, I had no idea the powerful work you do. I'm going to do my best. Let's go outside those doors and raise our voices to make sure that the rest of the world figures out what you guys are doing here. So without further ado, let's have these guys raise some voices. Yeah. Are you ready for your first contestant tonight?
Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. It was a nightmare in every way, but together you and I will laugh at last night someday. Ice cream, he brought me ice cream, vanilla ice cream, imagine that, ice cream, and for the first time we were together without a spot. Friendly, he was so friendly, that isn't like him, I'm simply stunned. Will wonders ever cease? Will wonders ever cease? It's been the most peculiar day. Will wonders ever cease? Will wonders ever cease? Oh, where was I? I am so sorry about last night, and never it's gonna be enough last night someday. I sat there waiting at that cafe, never guessing that you were that you were near. You were outside looking along. Oh, I can't say that. Dear friend, I am so sorry about last night. Last night, I was so nasty. Well, it deserved it, but even so, the my eyes, the man that I despise has turned into the man I like. As strange as it may seem, it's almost like a dream. He came to offer me and ice
I had a friend similar to her who was into similar music and show music, and you know, we just thought he was a really great guy, but it turns out he had a 20-plus year career on Broadway. I think you'll probably hear about this girl, won't you?
It's not simple to say. In most days, I don't recognize me. These shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet centered. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. But now I've got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For the girl that I knew who'd be reckless just enough, who gets hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes that's been gone, but used to be used to be mine. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
You know, a lot of Sometimes in the recording studio, what we try so hard to do is have people sing with an emotion that it seems you can only get from a lifetime of heartache and excitement and things that you can tap into. And I'm hearing these kids already singing with such passion and emotion. It's exciting. Next up, we have Nadia Ashman singing Can't Take My Love Away.
Do you know that you are making my life harder? Do you know that it is cruel that you can't accept her? You can't understand how love makes all things better. You can't understand that the way you treat me isn't fair. You took my love away. You took my love away from me. You took my love away. But you can keep her, no. Do you know that you are making my life harder? Do you know that it is only making me stronger? Now I understand that not all things are forever. Now I understand that I won't need you ever. Can't take my love away. Can't take my love away from me. Can't take my love away. And I am not afraid. I took my love away. I took my love away from him. I took my love away. And we will be okay. We will be okay. Coffee in the morning, kiss on my cheek. It's all I'll ever need. You're not a part of me.
Next up, also playing and singing, we have Amber McAvoy.
I'm taking it slowly. I'm afraid to be lonely. And nobody told me it's harder than I thought to tell the truth. It's gonna leave you in pieces, all alone with the demons. And I know that we need this, but I've been too afraid to follow through. Hold me close and I won't leave, 'cause it hurts when you hurt somebody. So much to say, but I don't speak. And I hate that I let you stop me. 'cause it hurts when you hurt somebody. Don't know where the time went, stuck in the wrong mindset, and I let the rules bend when I know that all along they're made to break. You got me searching for reasons to keep me from leaving, and that I have trouble breathing. I give myself another chance to stay. Hold me close and I won't leave, 'cause it hurts when you hurt somebody. So much to say, but I don't speak, and I hate that I let you stop me, 'cause it hurts when you hurt somebody. One day before you know it, you will see all of the pain and all the irony. You'll feel the stinging and you'll think of me, 'cause it hurts when you hurt. Hold me close and I won't leave, 'cause it hurts when you hurt somebody. So much to say, but I don't speak, and I hate that I let you stop me, 'cause it hurts when you hurt somebody.
I'm not nervous at all. It's just not fair. I've been in this business a long time. I still shake. Next up, we have Sarah Eichenbaum doing a song called No One Else.
First time I heard your voice, moonlight burst into the room, and I saw your eyes, and I saw your smile, and the world opened wide, and the world was inside of me, and I catch my breath, and I laugh and blush, and I hear guitars. You are so good for me. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, without you.
Mr. Adam Jones singing Under the Bridge.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I run through her hills 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses me windy. But I never worry, now that is a lie. Well, I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Yeah, yeah. It's hard to believe that there's nobody out there. Hard to believe that I'm all alone. At least I have heard of the city she loves me. Lonely as I am, together we cry. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, 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 yeah, yeah. Love me to say, yeah, yeah. Under the bridge downtown is where I drew some blood. Under the bridge downtown, I couldn't get enough. Under the bridge downtown, forgot about my love. Under the bridge downtown, I gave my life away. Yeah, yeah. Oh no, 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 yeah, yeah. Love me, just say yeah, yeah. Oh no, 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 yeah, yeah. Under the bridge downtown. Under the bridge downtown. Under the bridge downtown. Under the bridge downtown.
Next up, we have Mackenzie Empey singing All I Ask.
I'll leave my heart at the door. I won't say no was scared of having nothing left. Look, don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow. All I ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand while we do what lovers do. It matters how this ends. 'Cause what if I never love again? I don't need your honesty. It's already in your eyes. And I'm sure my eyes, they speak for me. No one knows me like you do. And since you're the only one that matters, tell me, who do I run to? Look, don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow. All I ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand while we do what lovers do. It matters how this ends. 'Cause what if I never love again? Let this be a lesson in love. Let this be the way we remember us. I don't want it to be cruel or vicious. And I ain't asking for forgiveness. All I ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just your friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand while we do what lovers do. It matters how this ends. 'Cause what if I never love again?
All right, next up we have Maggie Saboti. She's going to sing a song called I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm.
Snow is snowing, the wind is blowing, but I can weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. I can't remember a worse December. Just watch those icicles fall. What burning with love, my heart's on fire. The flame goes higher, but I can weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. Off with my overcoat, off with my glove. Who needs an overcoat? I'm burning with love, my heart's on fire. The flame goes higher, but I can weather the storm, the storm, the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm.
All right, next up, we have Alana William singing When You Believe. Last up for our first 10 contestants, we have 20 today, is Grace Bartow, and she's going to be singing You Don't Know Me.
You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone can tell. You think you know me well, well, you don't know me. No, you don't know the one who dreams of you and I, and longs to kiss your lips, and longs to hold you tight. Oh, I am just a friend, that's all I've ever been. Well, you don't know me. Well, I never knew the art of making love, though my heart aches with love for you. Afraid and shy, I let my chance go by, the chance that you might love me too. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside some lucky guy. Oh, you'll never know the one who loves you so. Well, you don't know me. You give your hand to me, and then you say goodbye. I watch you walk away beside some lucky guy. Oh, you'll never know the one who loves you so. Well, you don't know me. Well, you don't know me. You don't know me.
Honestly, I cannot wait to hear the next 10 because the first 10 were awesome. We're going to start out with Ava Garasitano, and she's going to do a song called Stay.
Saturday, empty room, filled with people I don't mean a thing to. You and
right, next up we have Medina Osbey, and she's going to sing a song called Titanium.
You shout it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized for all your bullets ricochet. You shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, you ricochet, you take your aim. Far away, you shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who have further to fall. Goes down in haunted love. Raise your voice. Sticks and stones may break my bones. You shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, you ricochet, you take your aim. Far away, you shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. I am titanium. I am titanium. Stone hard, machine gun, fire at the ones who run. Stone hard as bulletproof glass. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. I am titanium. I am titanium.
Next up we have Sierra Vincent doing Safe Inside.
I remember when you were all mine. Watch you changing in front of my eyes. What can I say? Now that I'm
Next up, we have Molvina Batia Garin coming up to do a song called Rhiannon.
And it rings like a bell through the night. Won't you love to love her? Takes to the sky like a bird in flight. Who will be your lover? All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? She is like a cat in the dark, and she is the darkness. She rules her life like a fine skylark, and when the sky is starless. All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? Will you ever win? She rings like a bell through the night. Won't you love to love her? She rules her life like a bird in flight. Who will be your lover? All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? Will you ever win? Taken by the sky. Taken by the sky. Taken by the sky. Taken by the sky. Oh, dreams unwind, love's a state of mind. You know the dreams unwind, love's a state of mind. You know the dreams unwind, love's a state of mind. You know the dreams unwind, love is hard to find. Dreams unwind, love's a state of mind. Dreams unwind, love's a state of mind. Dreams unwind, love's a state of mind. Dreams unwind, love's a state of mind.
All right, Next up, we have Luca Werner doing a song called On Monday.
On Monday, I met you. I liked you. I liked you. It's Monday, bad day, but good day for us. Good for us. You wouldn't let me kiss. You wouldn't let me kiss. You wouldn't let me kiss you. And that is why you were my guy. Then Tuesday, I called you. Ignored me straight voicemail. You texted back saying play hard to get ready, said you wouldn't let me see, you wouldn't let me see, you wouldn't let me see you. Got so depressed by your test, still I thought you were the best. Because I felt so juvenile that to take my time was just not my style. Then Wednesday, black coffee, pure talking, clean touching. Oh, Wednesday, hump day, but we just held hands. We held hands. You wouldn't let me take, you wouldn't let me take, you wouldn't let me take you away for the day. You said I've gotta stay, and I felt so juvenile. You gave an inch of time, I took a mile. I was so juvenile that to take it slow was just not my style. Then Thursday, like Tuesday, your day off from me, but Friday busy and Saturday too. What's up with you? You don't wanna kiss me, you don't wanna see me, you don't wanna take me, so let me go. But you said, there's things I know. You are cute, but juvenile. Don't you know the greatest love takes the greatest while? So take my hand and take the trial for just a mile and then another mile. Be patient for that one day. Look clever, it's a day. I'll make it worth your while. Maybe it's not far away. You're walking down the aisle, but I wanna kiss you now. And kiss you, 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 and kiss you till Monday.
Glad I'm doing this. Man, you know, as they're coming out, you know, you can ask them if they're ready, and choose to say, and then that. Wow. You guys have some amazing talent here. Next up, we have Ali Saboti. She's going to do a song called Poor Johnny One Note.
Johnny could only sing one note, and the note he sang was this. Poor Johnny one note sang out with gusto and just over Lordy the place. Poor Johnny one note yelled willy-nilly until he was blue in the face.
You know, we're reaching, we have 4 or 5 more to do, and you guys don't look bored at all, but are you having yourselves a good time so far? Next up, we have Juliana Gableman and Maya Prebish, and they're going to do Tightrope.
Some people talk about you like they know all about you. When you get down, they touch you. And when you tip it on the scene, people talk about you, but they can't tip on the scene. What you talking about it? Talking about it. When you get elevated, they love it or they hate it. You dance up on them haters, keep getting funky on the scene. Watch me tip on it, like a star on the screen. Watch me tip on it. Now, baby, whether you're high or low, whether you're high or low, you get to tip on the tightrope. Tip on the tightrope. Baby, baby, whether you're high or low, whether you're high or low, you get to tip on the tightrope. And let me see you do the tightrope. And I'm still tipping on it. See, I'm not walking on it or trying to run around it. I'm trying to keep my balance. I'll keep on blaming the machine. Yeah, I'm talking about it. I'll keep on blaming the machine. Yeah, I'm talking about it. Talking about it. I can't complain about it. I gotta keep my balance. I gotta run around it and keep on getting funky. Seen what me talking about it. You're like a star on the screen. Watch me tip on it. Now, baby, whether you're high or low, whether you're high or low, you get to tip on the tightrope. On it. And let me see you do the tightrope. On it. Baby, baby, whether you're high or low, whether you're high or low, you get to tip on the tightrope. On it. And let me see you do the tightrope. On it. And I'm still tipping on it. I tip on alligators and little rattlesnakers, but I'm another flavor, something like a Terminator. Ain't no equivocating. I fight for what I believe. Why you talking about it? She's talking about it. Some calling me a sinner, some calling me a winner. I'm calling you to dinner, and you know exactly what I mean. Watch me tip on it, like a star on the screen. Watch me tip without you. Now, baby, whether you're high or low, whether you're high or low, tip on the tightrope. On it. Tip on the tightrope. On it. Baby, baby, whether you're high or low, whether you're high or low, you get to tip on the tightrope. On it. And let me see you do the tightrope. On it. And I'm still tipping on it. Hey!
This party going. All right, next up, Samara Bolin doing You Don't Do It For Me Anymore. Next up, we have Sarah Steele doing 7 years.
Once I was 7 years old. Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. Always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me, cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. Before the morning sun, life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. I only see my goals, I don't believe in failure, cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still rolling. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is colder? Will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is colder? Will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old. Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old.
All right, next up we have a couple of guys that are going to do it old school. I'm really proud of them. A couple old souls and young men. John and Jared Lucier are going to come up and do Sound of Silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. Through restless streams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night, it touched the sound of silence, and in the naked light, 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never share. No one there to stir the sound of silence. Fool said, "Ah, you do not know. Silence like a cancer rose. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. Hear my words like silent raindrops fall. Echo in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to that neon god they made. As the sign flashed out its warning, in the words that it was forming, and the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls, tenement halls, whisper the sound of silence.
It's amazing. These two guys found each other. They look so similar. Their voices blend beautifully, and they got together and started doing music. So I know the judges now, that completes the performances for today. And the judges are going to have to deliberate. We've got a couple of things to do while we do that. But one thing I want to say, as these judges are going back there, they're going to pick some winners. And I'm not going to tell you that everybody's a winner, because that's just kind of lame. But this is the first I've heard these kids sing today. And I know one thing for sure, and that is music has become the fabric of who they are. And it really, win or lose today, one thing that they have for the rest of their lives is music. It will never let you down. So I'm happy for all of you guys. Now, while the judges do deliberate, we've prepared a video for you guys showing the importance of the volunteers for CASA. And then after that, we have another really special treat for you before we announce any winners. So enjoy the video.
Growing up is tough for a kid. They have school and homework, practices and games, there are doctor's appointments and detention halls. The making friends and the keeping friends, discovering who they are and who they aren't, there's so much to learn. There's this whole world out there, right here. These times are transforming in someone's story, and they can really be quite chaotic. That chaos of being a child only increases when abuse and neglect fill their home. The normal winds of chaos are now a storm. And sometimes, when the storm is so great, a child must be removed from their home. And this is a really tough day. It's complicated and it's painful. When a child is removed from their home because of abuse or neglect, they leave their normal and they enter foster care. The court sends them to a new place, a new home, often to a new school with new people, new everything. And all of these new things aim at a better life for the child. They aim to help in the healing process for the family. But it's still tough. They still have the school activities, the doctor's appointments, and the lessons to learn. But now court dates, visits with parents, and check-ins with social workers quickly bombard the calendar. And there's the pain of separation from what they know and where they feel comfortable. There are hundreds of children in our city who experience chaotic days like this, weeks like this, years like this. And these days, weeks, and years are difficult. They're exhausting and isolating. They're really tough. But there are ways to help. Ways to bear the burdens the child is carrying. Ways to make the days less tough. These children need to feel more supported. They need someone constant who is on their team. Someone who is fighting for their best amidst all the shuffle. And a CASA volunteer provides this help. A court-appointed special advocate helps bear these burdens. They are the constant amidst the chaos. In the middle of all the shuffle and uncertainty, they know the child. There are still tough days, but now there's someone standing up for the child, day in, day out. Someone who knows both the biological and foster parents. Someone who meets with the teachers, doctors, and social workers to ensure the child's needs are being met. Someone who speaks for the child's best interest in court. Someone who the judge counts on for insight. Someone who cares about the child and just lets them be a kid. Someone who is there for the tough days, the great days, and the in-between days. This someone is so important. This someone is a CASA volunteer. And there are hundreds of children in our city waiting for a CASA volunteer. They're waiting for someone to speak up for them. They're waiting for someone to help weather the storm. Each child in foster care needs this support, this someone to count on. Be this someone for a child in foster care. Be their advocate. Be a powerful voice for their best interest. Be a CASA volunteer.
Why I became a court-appointed special advocate, CASA volunteer. 6 years ago, my younger brother died in a car accident. I didn't even know about Billy until my last year of college. When we met, I found out from his social worker that he had experienced a traumatic childhood, raised in a home with a mother who was a heroin addict and a stepfather who was so physically abusive that my brother ended up in the ER with a broken arm before his 7th birthday. By age 8, Billy was in foster care, and about a year later, I came into his life. Until his death, we were very close. I initially became a CASA volunteer to honor Billy's memory. Every year, up to 700,000 children have experiences similar to Billy's. These children have been abused or neglected in some way and need some very caring individuals in their lives to advocate their needs and speak up for the best interests of the child in family court. CASA volunteers are often the one constant person in a child's life. They can make the difference between that child being able to more effectively cope with the situation in which he or she has been placed, or never being able to psychologically and mentally overcome the abuse and neglect they experienced. So please consider supporting CASA so we may better serve and be that voice for the CASA children.
see too. Walk with me. Come with me and I'll carry you through. You don't have to be alone anymore. Take my hand. Hold my hand and I will be there for you. Light the way. I will light the way so you can see too. Walk with me. Come with me and I'll carry you through. You don't have to be alone anymore. I'll be.
I am for the child who has been abused, the child who is afraid to go home,
who thinks it's her fault, who's forced to keep a secret or else.
I am for the child who has been neglected,
the child who does not know where his next meal is coming from,
who must fend for herself and her little sister.
Alone.
The child who's never been to a doctor or a dentist.
I am for the child who was taken away
for her own protection.
The child who is now in foster care, who does not know how long he'll be there,
or who these people are, or if she should trust them. I am for her.
The child who is in his third,
fourth, fifth,
sixth foster home this year.
The child who has attended 4 schools in 2 years.
Who sits in back of yet another class surrounded by strangers.
Believing in his heart that no one
cares. I'm for her. The child who has never been told
that he is loved.
That she is smart, beautiful,
talented,
worthy. That she is strong,
courageous.
That she is somebody. I am for her.
The child who one day will turn 18 and will be surrendered to the world.
I am for that child.
So I am there for that child.
To listen to her.
To speak for her.
To champion without compromise for what's in his best interest.
Because if I am
there for her, I know she will be half as likely to languish in foster care. And that much more likely to find a safe, permanent home.
She is the child I am for.
He is the child I am for.
They are the children I am for. She is the child I am for.
The child I am for is him.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
I'm a CASA volunteer.
I am you.
We got all y'all up here. All right. So, this is very, very difficult for me, and I'm sure everybody here, but at the same time, you know, again, I'm impressed with all of you guys. It's unbelievable that 20 of you have that amazing wonderful talent. Secondly, the thing that amazes me about this particular group is normally when you look at an age demographic of this, you have an expectation of what you're going to hear musically. And they were incredibly diverse and incredibly talented in every little genre and department. So I'm really proud of you guys. Now, are you guys ready to hear the winners? know them. Let's start with third place. Ladies and gentlemen, please give your round of applause to Juliana Gableman and Maya Paribas. Awesome. So we have an envelope with a check, right? For $1 million. Not a million. Oh well, it's a check anyway. And this trophy. Which one gets which? No, I'm kidding.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
In second place, Luca Vernier. Girl who is so chill backstage. I got this. She got this. Nice job. You guys rock. All right, in first place, Olivia Fall. And we do expect to see you on Broadway. Everybody, Rhonda and Cheryl. I've only known them for a short period of time, and other than the giant size of their hearts, these guys worked so hard for this today, and more importantly, for all those CASA kids. So I am just in awe of you guys. Thank you.
Well, first I want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting this wonderful cause. It's going to help us help more kids in the Capital District. And we also want to thank Lonnie for coming out and doing this for us. It's amazing. It's a wonderful song that he wrote for us and supporting us. So we would like to present Lonnie with a Raise Your Voice hat and this gift for all of us.
Apologize. I don't have a voice because I scream at staff all day long. But, so don't go anywhere. We've got something else. We have Mike Esposito, our board president, who's going to present me with those flowers. Oh, okay. Rhonda is a superstar. She treats these young people like they are her very own, right? Okay, and she's just phenomenal.
I just wanted, I'm Mike Esposito. I'm the board president for Center for Community Justice and also for CASA. And I want to thank certainly all of the volunteers, the CASA volunteers, Cheryl, her staff, and everything, and obviously Mr. Lonnie Parks. Terrific job. There is a musical night, and one of my favorite groups are the Beach Boys, and they've sang "Help Me, Rhonda," and we asked Rhonda to help us, and she's done a fantastic job. If it wasn't for Rhonda, this is not just tonight, but also all of the other last year and the year before would never have happened. So, Rhonda, thank you very much.
All right, what we have here are our finalists, and as they come off the stage, we're going to get you guys trophies for being the finalists this year. Thank you so much for your participation. You can't let you leave here empty-handed to that kind of time. So come on down. And go ahead and give them a round of applause as they come off. You know these kids.